Right guys, I was doing some digging through my vault and I stumbled across a weapon that turns out to be very effective in Trials of Osiris, and not only that, it's available for use in high-end activities for the rest of this season. It is the Patron of Lost Causes. This is the Saint 14 Scout Rifle. So if you didn't play the game back in that season, I believe it was season 9 this weapon became available, well, you will have missed it. And you can see it's a fantastic looking weapon first of all. And then not only that, we have this perk right here, Explosive Payload. Creates an area of effect detonation on impact, but what the perk doesn't tell you is that this thing basically extends the range very drastically for your weapon, because the explosive damage has no fall off. Your bullet will do less damage, but you're still getting extra damage from the explosive payload. You can see as well we had rapid hit there, and small bore, a range masterwork, and an Icarus grip. Now I was absolutely taken by surprise by this gun, how damn good it felt. The sights are absolutely fantastic, it has good base stats, and obviously with it being a lightweight scout as well, you get the intrinsic bonuses of movement and handling. And yeah, it's just a very nice gun. Now this one is no longer attainable, which is a real shame. I don't know why. They should make it attainable and put it in the world loot pool along with the other Seraph guns and all that. It would be a fantastic addition. But I do think, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I'm actually right in saying that the Night Watch Scout Rifle is attainable, and that is the same as this basically. It's a kinetic 200 RPM and it can roll with explosive payload as well. So if you can't get this one, I definitely think there is an alternative for you to grind for. Now you're probably thinking, why use one of these over something like Mida Multi-Tool? Personally, I think there's a real reason to use this over Mida. First of all, it has explosive payload, so it has way more range than Mida Multi-Tool. And secondly, it's a legendary, so you can pair it up with an exotic. So in Trials of Osiris, I was primarily using the Duality shotgun with the Patron of Lost Causes, which obviously it might not be the most meta loadout, but I was doing pretty well with it, as you're about to see here. And the thing that surprised me the most about Trials so far is the lack of sniping really. On console, it seems like Arbalest is preferred to regular snipers, especially with the removal of Revoker, and also on PC as well. In general, if you look at the weapon usage statistics on Trials Report, for example, it will show that shotguns are way more used right now than sniping, and that's really surprising considering we're on Bannerfall, which is a very sniper friendly map. Now that leads me back to this. Obviously there have been some aim assist nerfs to sniping. Not only that, Beloved and Revoker have both been sunset, so they cannot be used in Trials, which may be a big factor in why they're not being used anymore. I think Revoker especially because of the ammo refund, and then Beloved with its high usage of, aim assist and obviously very low zoom. All of those things have contributed to people sniping a lot less, and what that has done, it has empowered scout rifles a fair little bit in this meta. So Bannerfall being quite a laney map and a very long map, I decided to pull out the scout rifle, and with it having explosive payload, you're dealing massive amounts of flinch, and when you do run into a sniper or an Arbalest user, this weapon is pretty well equipped to cause your opponent a lot of problems, because obviously it's got high rate of fire and it has explosive payload, so it has unlimited range, as well as being able to shoot very quickly and dealing a ton of flinch. What I want to talk about as well is how well this weapon works against other primaries though. I think that's where it really shines. If someone's challenging you with something like a Vigilance Wing or a No Time to Explain, I don't know, I'm just surprised at how well I could compete using this gun. And obviously with me being able to use Duality as well, it's quite enjoyable, even though Duality I couldn't really say is a meta weapon. I'm thinking of doing another video on the Duality, because I think I have discovered Duality's dark secret. There's a secret about this gun that's gonna, kind of maybe surprise some of you guys and might even disappoint some of you. It certainly has disappointed me what I have discovered, and you will find out soon enough. That's for another video. In this video, we're continuing to focus on Patron of Lost Causes and obviously how damn good it is in Trials, but just it's good in general as well. I've used it in general, quick play and rumble, and obviously we have gameplay of that coming up too. So the gameplay you're seeing right now is in Trials, obviously doing Trials carries yesterday on stream, twitch.tv/shake. And the cool part about being on PS5 is that I can play not only with PS5 players but also with PS4 players. So we're doing Trials help for anybody on any PlayStation console, and it's just been going really well. Obviously if we don't get you flawless, we'll get you 7 wins at the very least, and the one thing you are guaranteed is a good time. No real pressure on you, jump in, have a good time, you can chat to me and just chill, and we'll try and get you flawless along the way. If you're not the best PvP player, don't feel like you can't, try and jump in. It's not a problem. I don't mind how good or bad you are. It's just about playing and trying to have some fun. And I think playing Trials of Osiris without fighting cheaters every second game is certainly a much more fun experience than what obviously PC is all about. Now, I have seen some people saying that they've actually not matched that many cheaters on PC, which makes me hopeful, but then I've also seen the opposite from other players who've matched a lot of cheaters and had a lot of problems. So PC seems to be the same old story, unfortunately. So as much as PC is enjoyable for me in a lot of ways, and obviously have a lot of cool people I like to play with on PC, and a lot of community members from my stream are on PC, I think I might even just end up doing raids primarily on PC, so that way I can still play with my subs who are PC players, and I'll probably leave trials to, you know, PC not being part of that basically, because it's just so much more enjoyable playing on console, knowing that every time I lose, this is the strangest part, every time I lose, I know I've lost to someone who simply played better than me in that game, or I didn't play good enough, or whatever. It's much easier for me to focus on my own game, and you know, just look at what I can do to improve on my performance when I don't play well and when I lose. It's much nicer for me. Now, going back to the scout rifle, I was very surprised by how well this thing performed. I think because it deals so much flinch, because it shoots so quickly, it really is a special weapon to be using. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but there is an alternative to this weapon. It's called the Night Watch, and I believe it still drops as a world drop. It's the Gambit Prime scout rifle, and it can also roll with the explosive payload, and I believe it's going to be sunset in a couple of seasons as opposed to this one, which will be sunset after this season. So if you want to use this gun and you have it lying around in your vault and you have one with explosive payload, take it into trials and see what it can do, man. Because like I said earlier, the sniping meta is really not what it once was, with Beloved and Revoker both being nerfed and removed, or whatever you want to call it. So now people have got adored basically. If you want to snipe, you've basically got adored. And I think a lot of people can't snipe without the comfort of knowing that if they miss, they're going to get a bullet back. Basically, if someone's fragging out with adored in trials, it means they're a pretty good sniper. They put a lot of time into getting good with the sniper, and you know, they're confident enough to take it in. Whereas a lot of people who, you know, maybe just use whatever's best at the time, you know, they're going to use Revoker because it's the best thing. But if Felwinter's Lie is not the best thing for them, then they're going to use that. That's kind of how metas work. And I think the Patron of Lost Causes is one of those sleeper meta weapons. I think Mida Multi-Tool has kind of come on the radar. And personally, I don't know what it is, but me and Mida just don't click anymore. In Destiny 1, I used Mida quite a lot. But in Destiny 2, at the beginning when it came back in year 1 of Destiny 2, this is a funny little backstory that most of you won't know, but Mida Multi-Tool came back at the very beginning of Destiny 2, right? So it was a vanilla exotic weapon, and it happened to be the meta in trials at the time, and I refused to use it and acquire it because at the time, Destiny 2 was brand new, and I was really disappointed that a Destiny 1 exotic weapon was the meta in Destiny 2. I was expecting Destiny 2 original exotics to be, you know, more prominent than a Destiny 1 scout rifle, so I never really used it. And I don't know, since then maybe I've just become bad with the gun, but I don't know. My performance with this compared to my performance with a Mida is night and day. Like, this thing is just feeling like a Rolls Royce. Or, you know how else it's feeling? You know how else it's feeling? Buttery smooth. I think it's, I think that's a good word for this. Combining the rapid hit, which I haven't even mentioned here. We have rapid hit on this thing. So every time you hit a headshot, you're getting more accurate, doing loads of flinch because of explosive payload, and then you basically reload instantly because the gun also has drop mag. I think my other magazine perk was appended mag, and obviously I don't want to be using that. So quick reloads, loads of flinch, good handling, increased mobility. This weapon has a lot going for it. If you have one in your vault, give it a try. If not, get yourself a Night Watch with the same roll, and let me know how it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace.